And I say yes, because I'm going to clear up first a misconception people have about controlling your emotions. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean that you don't have a feeling. It just means that you are in charge of the subsequent actions that occur afterwards. So it's like anyone who tells you any different, that they can't control their emotions and stand by that claim, I compare them to a child who has grown up but not yet matured, because that's a vital part of being an adult, really, I feel like. And the easiest way to put it into an analogy is, I've used this before, a thermostat versus a thermometer. So a thermometer is only going to reflect the current temperature, and it stops there. Whereas the thermostat, it will tell you the current reading, but you can also adjust it to match whatever temperature it's at. So if it's too warm, it's going to bring it back down, and you have that ability. And so that's what I seek to be, is more like a thermostat as opposed to a thermometer, where if I feel a certain way, you get a certain reaction. Like I said, that's just part of maturing. And I think it's also worth noting that we have feelings for a reason. They are like our compass, really. We feel angry, happy, sad, all for reasons. Some of them are deeper than our conscious level. So some things might make us upset, but we don't really know why until we sit down and break it down. And I feel like they have the potential to be perfectly valid. And the reason I say potential to be perfectly valid, because just because you feel a way doesn't mean that it's justified. So like, there are instances where there's justified anger. It's like the outrage that people had over the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery and the countless others. That's justified anger. But at times, there's oftentimes where things in our personal lives to where the reaction that we have isn't necessarily warranted. So I think it's really important to break down and take a step back and think, why am I angry, and should I be angry? And with that comes an extra level of introspection. And oftentimes when I realize that something's upset me, is because of something internal to myself completely. Like, somebody said something that struck a chord, and unbeknownst to them, that upset me because of something that happened a long time ago that had nothing to do with them. And I guess adopting that mentality allows me to better handle situations and not blow things out of proportion. And I think that was a huge step in my development once I made that realization.